Hey guys, I wanted to make another one of these videos. I'm actually filming this at the same time. If you've watched my channel, if you follow my channel, you might have noticed that my last video was a Nintendo 64 is it worth it thing, and I don't have much experience with the Nintendo 64. I barely ever played it. I just got it because I'm into collecting video games now. I've been collecting video games for around 2 years now, and it's a console that I barely knew anything about it. I thought it looked interesting. I knew something about the NES because my aunt used to have one. I didn't know anything about the Super Nintendo, but the games are pretty much just Nintendo games. And Nintendo 64 was always an oddball for me, but that's why I wanted to collect that. But I want to do a game series that I know a little bit more about. I want to do Is It Worth the Thing that's I have a little bit more knowledge about, and that is the Nintendo 3DS. This is the new 3DS. This is actually the only model I've ever owned. A little backstory: I didn't own one when it came out. I didn't own it until like at the end of its lifespan because when it came out, I just got rid of my DSi XL. That was my only console that I ever owned before that. Well, besides a regular DSi, but the point is, like, I owned that. Then people were making fun of me for having a game system while people had smartphones and all that. So I got rid of it and I bought me a cheap phone, which I kind of wish I didn't because I really want one of those now because that was my first game console. I kind of want one. But this isn't my first 3DS XL. Actually, my first experience owning one, I got one for my birthday, and I got that in Mario 3D Land, which I love that game and everything, but the console, I had a lot of issues with it. The first issue I had with it is that I was walking home from school one day, my chain on my bike broke, so I had it in my shirt pocket. I bent over to get it, and it fell to the concrete. But it wasn't that far of a fall. It was from my knee down to the floor. So it wasn't that far. And it messed it up. It tore this whole part up. It messed it completely up. That's fall of a drop. But luckily that was like the second day. That was like the second or third day of me owning it. So I was able to just take it back, and it was all good. And but they gave me another one, and but it was nice of them. They didn't even use my warranty or anything because I had a warranty. That's why I stopped at GameStop still. But I got me my other one, and I was busy with school and everything at the time, and I got home from school. I remember this day because I was listening to my GPS. I didn't live in this town. It was in Nacogdoches, Texas, which is really country, and I hate people, so I walked home every day. And instead of riding a bus, which was like a 4 or 5 mile walk, it's a long walk. And Siri on my phone told me that this way's faster. And I got curious. I looked it up to see if there was a faster route that I just didn't know about. And she took me out of Nacogdoches. I walked for like 4 or 5 hours because, I didn't notice time passing, and that I don't remember what time it was. I remember all that. I remember I took it home. And I didn't charge it. Cause I was tired after I got home. Because after I realized I actually walked out of Texas, not out of Texas, out of Nacogdoches into a completely other town. I walked home and I was exhausted. I left it in my backpack. I didn't mess with it. And a problem that I found that is very common when I tried to charge it again, it never wanted to turn back on. Never. So I took that back, and instead of doing that, I got a PS Vita. Because I was just tired of my 3D. I ended up having to take it back like 3 times because a lot of issues. But then I eventually bought another one. And I think someone bought it for me. Like a friend online wanted to send it to me. I got it, and he gave me a GameStop card that he couldn't use or something like that, and I got it that way. And when I ordered it, it worked fine. It worked for like a year or two. And then it broke. Like after a year or two, it lasted a lot longer than the last one. And when I took it back to the game store, they gave me 2 or 3 different ones that was really beat up boxes. The pins in it was all broken out. So if I get a system, I want it to be perfect. It could be my thing. One of them, even a microphone broke, and it was apparently brand new. But eventually they had this one that gets shipped in. I wanted like a black one or something, or a maroon one. I wanted something different, but this is good enough. It was a different color than I had. I think, I wanted something different. The point is, that was my experience with it. So I've had a lot more time with it than I had with my Nintendo 64. And I also have quite a bit of games for it. I'm going to talk about these games first. I'm going to talk about my favorite ones. I did buy I ordered Mario 3D Land with that GameStop card, and yeah, like it didn't come with a case. It was really beat up, but I don't feel like buying it again because it's kind of a pricey game. But yeah, it's an okay game. Another favorite that I have is Heroes of Ruin, which is a $7 game. It's kind of a hidden gem game. It plays kind of like Diablo and all them, I guess you'd say. I'm not sure what kind of game that is. Never looked it up. But yeah, that's pretty fun. And just so you know, the other games on here, Mercenary sucks because you can't restart a game after someone started. So if you buy that used, yeah, and that sucks because it's like $15. And SpongeBob SquarePants, I just got that because it's $1 at a thrift shop. So you know, something for my 3DS library. And I'm gonna try not to go through all of these. I just want to show you my favorite ones. This is Project X Zone 2, which I really want to find X Zone 1 because it's a really fun game. It's a crossover game with I think it's all the Capcom characters. I'm just guessing. It could be more, but I think that's also Yakuza in there. I think that's made by Sega. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure who this is a crossover with. Oh yeah, Capcom and Sega. Sorry, didn't know. It said on the back. I never looked. That's a really fun tactical strategy game. Pokemon. Not gonna say much about Pokemon. You know what Pokemon is. Monster Hunter Ultimate Form. You know what a Monster Hunter Ultimate is. It's a pretty fun one for the 3DS, especially if you have a new 3DS with a little nub. It doesn't do a lot, but it's not that bad. NES Remix sucks. I thought it was going to be a compilation. Sorry, my game's falling. I thought it was going to be a compilation of all the NES games. I guess I should have just done my research. I don't like it. Not my thing. And it sucks. It was like $20, but I don't feel like taking it back because there's nothing wrong with it. I could have, but regular sum, really fun platformer for. I think I got this for like $2 or $3. Trying not to go through all of these. Adventure Time is a really fun puzzle solver, I guess. Fitting Jake Investigations. I think that's pretty fun, especially since it's usually pretty cheap. Legend of Corn, I don't know how it is. I just got this a few days ago for $5. I really want to get into the series, so I figure once I get into the series, I'm going to want a game to play. And Codename Steam is a really cheap game that you can get for really cheap. I think I picked this one up for like $5 or $4, and I got a used copy for it. But when I was up at GameStop, and then when I brought it up to the counter, they gave me a brand new copy, sealed and everything. So hey, this is really cool. It has Amiibo support too, but I don't have the Amiibo, so stop it. But a lot of people don't give it the credit that it deserves. It's a really fun game for the price. You know, I haven't got all the way through it. I have a lot of other games to play that more on my style. And usually, if I don't get into a game right when I play it, like I don't immediately want to play more. It just feels like, I guess I'll play another one. You know, I don't play it because usually I find my game fairly cheap, so it's not a big loss if I don't get into it immediately. And Shinobi. I haven't played this one either. I just got it because I got this on a cheap day, and I actually owned it for a little bit. And I remember I watched a video that said how good it was. I was like, I want to play it. And then I realized I owned it, and I immediately didn't want to play it again. I don't know what it is. I just don't want to play. I don't know. Something about that game. Steel Diver. This is a pretty fun game. I think it's kind of neat. You steer different boats with the touchscreen, and I don't know, it's kind of neat. Like, not much to say about it. It's always a fairly cheap game. You can get it for around $3. And I think it's worth that. I got this copy for $1.99. And the rest of these games, I don't have much to say about. Disney Infinity, Skylanders Giants, which I actually like the Skylander games on 3DS. Like, they're easy, but, you know, I kind of like Skylander games. They're not bad. I think they're kind of neat for, you know, how it saves on there. And Pets Countryside, I got this up at 5 and below, so I have nothing to say about it. And don't forget that the 3DS can also play a whole lot of. I thought I put them over here. Had a whole tub full of DS games, but it can also play DS games, and not so well put them. I'm not prepared, am I? There they are. All right, one more thing. You also play this is actually my preferred way to play a DS because it has a bigger screen, it has a nicer touchscreen, nicer microphones and all that. and I dropped the game. And DS games can get fairly cheap. I'm not going to list a whole lot of these. I plan on making one of these just for DS later. One of my favorite games, one of my favorite underrated games, or at least favorite game for the price. This is around a $3 game. I actually tracked down. These are like for me. These are harder to play. I played these when I was little on my first DS. So yeah, these are really special to me because like they're not the best game, but they're not the worst game. I actually found both of the games with cases, which is a thing I just recently did. I found a number 2 with a case of at a game store in the mall. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. There's a lot of good games on here. There's a lot of good games on DS. I'm not gonna list all of them because I plan on making a separate video for that later. But thank you guys for watching. Like I think the 3DS is worth it for the price. Like if you have a lot of games to play for it, I don't have that many actual Nintendo games, but I think it's worth it for that. I actually think it's worth it. Sorry. I actually think it's worth it just to buy a new DS game, like a new DS system, because there's not any that are made anymore. So a lot of them are really messed up, or I'm not saying all of them are, because it's really easy to find a decent one. But a lot of people have a thing, at least for me, if I can buy a new console, I'd rather buy a new one than a used one. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. I'm sorry these aren't the best video, but I had this idea and I'm gonna finish them. So thank you guys.